Hi guys, I'm Vincent, one of the developers here at Samsung, and this is going to be the introduction video in the two-part series on the sweet new feature on the Gear S, the rich notification. In this first video, we will just bring out the basics, try it out a little bit, and down to the rich notifications templates. The Gear S is the first to have the rich notification feature, and it has these characteristics. It is glanceable, that users are updated in real time, that in one look you have the concise information that you need. It is actionable, that it allows users to take control with a single touch. Without digging through your phone, actions can be performed quickly. And of course, it's delightful. With personalization in mind, it supports full color graphics, rich text, and flexible content layouts. When the Gear receives a new notification, it vibrates as the screen is activated. It stays on the screen for some time, then it goes to the left side of the screen as the screen dims. Swiping left from the idle clock, you can see the notifications received by the Gear. These notifications are grouped by app and are prioritized by arrival time. Notifications from the same app are placed together in a vertical panel. On the other hand, notifications sent by different apps can be navigated through horizontally. Let's go ahead and tear down the rich notification into pieces. Each is made delightful by its background image and color. Of same importance is the information it delivers. It sends in the title, the body, and of course, the timestamp. Action and more option buttons allow interaction to perform quickly. Now, various templates are used depending on the information we highlight or the purpose of the application. We have a standard small header that caters a lot of text and little to no images. The standard medium header has both image and text. The standard large header prioritizes the images rather than text. To prioritize the image and contain no text at all, standard full screen is recommended, and for QR payments, it works best with the QR template. Right, I think we're ready to create our own sample application for rich notification. Now we need utilities. Now this includes the Eclipse with ADT plugin, rich notification library, an Android smartphone. For this example, we'll use the Galaxy X5, the Gear Manager, and the Samsung Gear S. Now, if you don't have the Samsung Gear S, go ahead and log on to developer.samsung.com and click on the Remote Test Lab to go ahead and use the emulator right there. Early on, we talked about the features and templates of rich notification. Using these two, we can now create a sample application that will run on an Android smartphone and the Gear S. For this walkthrough, we'll be using the S5. Let's go ahead and open up the Eclipse IDE. Then create a new Android application project. Let's go ahead and name it Hello Rich Notification. After that, let's import the needed jar files to make the rich notification SDK work. Let's put these files into the library folder. Also, we will need to add user permissions to the Android manifest file. We need these permissions. If you forgot these, you will have a problem running on Android KitKat or 4.4.2. Let's go to mainActivity.java and then import a package for Rich Notification. Then implement the Rich Notification Manager event listener. Add unimplemented methods to avoid errors. We can now fill in the onCreate contents. So the first step, we need to instantiate the SRN class, then enclose it in a try-catch. In case the device does not support rich notifications, the try-catch will handle it. Now we would need to create the notification manager. To do that, we create an instance of the SRN Rich Notification Manager. Then, create a private variable Rich Notification Manager. To start it, we can use the start function. Then create an instance of SRN Rich Notification. It may seem difficult to customize the Rich Notification's unique presentation, but are easy to manipulate and design. To set the icon, get the resource of the image and decode as bitmap. The bitmap creates an SRN image asset, then sets it as your rich notification icon. To set the title, use the setTitle function, then input the string you want. We'll just set the title here as Hello Notification. There are many templates available, but for this example, we will use the standard primary template with a medium header. To set that up, create a standard template, then specify the header size to be used. To create a background for the template is that we need to get the image resource and convert it as an image asset. Using the setBackgroundImage function of the SRN standard template, set your background. Now you can see that the customization is complete. We can now add the contents of our notification. We can first set the notification subheader followed by the main body. Now that we're done, we can now test our sample application. Check your Gear Manager settings and uncheck Limit Notifications on the notification settings. This would enable the notifications on the Gear S. Let's go ahead and run the application on the S5, and we can see that the rich notification pop up on the Gear S. Let's go ahead and summarize the things that we've talked about rich notification. Include the necessary SDK jar files in your project. Second, include the necessary manifest permissions. And finally, don't forget to end the service when it is no longer in use. We hope this tutorial helped. For inquiries, please post your questions on the official forum at developer.samsung.com. Thanks for watching.